Hi everybody, it's Soap Man. I'm going to try another batch of soap today. I'm going to try this vertical wood mold again because I so desperately want to like this mold. I've had bad luck with it. I emailed the company and they told me something that really kind of shocked me. I want a very hard soap. The harder the soap is, the easier it is to get out of here, they've said. So I'm going to try this again because I really want to like this mold because of what it can do. I'm going to pour one color in there, then give this center divider a twist, and I had trouble twisting it too, so I've decided what I'm going to do is set it on the ground, and you can see the base. I'm going to set it on the floor and put my feet on that to hold it in place. I'm actually going to put a screwdriver through that hole to be able to give that some leverage and twist on that. We're going to try this again. I've had trouble with leakage issues. I have the entire inside, not where the soap goes, but the plastic liners lined with a plastic bag. This is a Subway sandwich bag, so thank you Subway Corporation for your bag. I'm reusing your bag and then I'm going to recycle it, so your bag is going to get recycled twice. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and mix the lye Tussa Silk water with the oils. They're both down to about 110, which is a great temperature. I'm going to want a thick trace with this, so I'm going to get it moderately thick. I'm going to split it off into 2 4-cup batches and take it from there. So let's do that first and we'll talk later. So yeah, this Tussa Silk's very cloudy because there's a pretty hefty amount of Tussa Silk in it. Very cloudy lye water with Tussa Silk in it. And here we go. We're going to make a little bit of noise first. Alright, that's well emulsified and semi-thick. I don't want it real thick just yet, but I'm going to eventually want a thick trace when I pour. So, we're going to go ahead and separate this. It should be about 4 cups each. And of course it doesn't have to be exact, I just want it semi-close. And that is pretty darn close. I've changed my recipe slightly, very slightly. Y'all watched me in the past, I have a standard recipe I've used for years. I'm using Brambleberry's lye calculator, which I haven't done in previous years. I have 21 ounces olive oil, 21 ounces coconut oil, 2 ounces castor oil set to a 5% superfat. Now with that, I have 6.5 ounces of lye, 14.5 ounces of water. So it's going to be a slightly different recipe. I don't want it heavily superfat because I want it to set up pretty firm like they said. Now what I'm going to do in one is use Hershey's Cocoa to darken it. The other, I'm going to use titanium dioxide to whiten it, and I'm going to put unbrewed coffee into it to give it a really distinct background and a little bit of exfoliation. I'm also in the dark side going to use Brambleberry, oops, wrong one, that one's empty. Going to use Brambleberry's Pumpkin Souffle. Once again, you all watch me, I'm not a real big scent fan, but I tell you, this stuff smells intoxicating. It just smells like, sort of like a spice cake baking. And this has a lot of vanilla in it, so it darkens. So I'm using 1.4 ounce. Actually, it went a little bit heavy. I'm using 1.4, between 1.4 and 1.5 ounces of it. So I'm going to put this in the dark side only, because I want the other side white, and it darkens considerably. So I need to get busy and start working. So normally I disperse the colorants into disperse the colorants into some lightweight oil, usually grapeseed oil. I'm not going to this time because I'm going to blend really well to get a thick, I hope this is already open, because I want a really, really thick trace. So I'm not even going to bother mixing these. I'm going to put, which I don't normally do, but in this instance I'm going to go ahead and put the cocoa powder for the colorant right into it. Start blending. Oh yeah, it's getting thick on me already, but that's fine because I'm going to want it. Put my scent oil in. That's going to loosen it up a little bit, so I'll have to thicken it up some more. Gosh, this stuff does smell good. Boy, it smells good. That's nice and thick, and I just realized I made a major faux pas here. I usually do the lightest color first so I don't have to clean in between. So guess what? I got to wipe the head of the stick blender off. So we're going to step out of the picture here just a minute and clean this off. Was not thinking. Alright, there we go. Now this has already gotten pretty thick. That's kind of the consistency I want, but that's alright. I'm going to go ahead and put my titanium dioxide in this. A teaspoon of it to lighten it up. And once again, normally I would mix this up, but I'm going to stick blend it really well. I think it's going to be alright without doing that. Nice and thick. I've had issues with titanium dioxide, especially making glycerin rivers, so that's why I always want to make sure it's very, very, very well blended, and it's best to try to do it with a thick trace. That seems to help it, and not soaping quite so hard. Alright, that's really setting up, so I got to work fast. That's ready. I'm going to put my coffee in here and whisk it in, and we're ready to pour. I'm going to try 1 tablespoon, whisk it in, see what it looks like. Really setting up fast here, so gotta move. Yikes, tablespoon may have been too much. Maybe not. I was hoping this would be really white. I see what's happening. The coffee is darkening it. The coffee itself is darkening it. I had thought about using brewed coffee because it would be softer, But I thought, no, I'll use unbrewed coffee because it will leave it whiter. But that's alright. This is going to be a tan. I was just really hoping for a bright white with that coffee accent. But that's alright. We're experimenting. My main thing is to get to like this mold. That's well mixed. Oh yeah, oh mercy, this is too thick to pour. Let's break that up just a little bit. And let's get this in this mold. Alright, got to move fast, folks. Very thick. Now the white's the texture I wanted. This is what I was really hoping for. Okay, that's about half. I'm going to set this on the floor and tap it down. Hopefully with this very thick trace and the bag liner, I should not, hopefully won't have any issues with leakage. That's been a problem I've had too, is leakage issues. I'll have to spoon this in. Boy, this brown thickened up. Let's tap this down.